morning, King's Arms Church from the beautiful village of Blenheim. Can you believe we are already in December? This weekend often marks trees being put up for many and the onset of the Christmas jumper. In fact, a few of our staff team had their Christmas jumpers on in the first week of November, which may have been a little early, but it was festive nonetheless. I have some very exciting family news to share with you all this morning, but before we get to that, let's chat all things Christmas. We have lots of wonderful events lined up for you, so make sure you mark them in your calendars. The next 3 Sundays lineup include, on the 11th of December, it's our all-age Christmas family meeting at each location. This will be lots of fun with games, sweets and an interactive message. This will be followed by our carol service on the 18th of December with Edinburgh Fringe comedian Mark Ritchie, so expect to have plenty of laughs. And then for the first time ever, we will be holding a Christmas Day service on the 25th of December at 10 a.m. at King's House. Outside of Sundays, we are excited to be serving various demographics of our community with our Christmas banquet for the over 65s on the 15th of December. And then on the 17th of December, it's our Christmas Family Fun Day, where there'll be a visit from a petting zoo and bouncy castles. We'll then be holding our annual Watch Night service on the 31st of December from 11 p.m. at King's House to pray in the new year. There's something for everyone, so please bring your friends and family along. This will be a great opportunity for us to be sharing the reason for the season. For more information, head to kingsarms.org/Christmas. Next up, our monthly prayer theme for this month is Christmas Advent and Remembering the Poor. It feels a timely focus for us as we bring hope in the midst of the challenges of the economic situation many find themselves in. Proverbs 19:17 says, "Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done." So during this festive season, as we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, let's be remembering and be praying for the poor, the homeless and the refugee families who can find this a particularly difficult time. Let's pray that peace will reign in their hearts and that they would be brought into family and community and they would know God's provision. For further information on our prayer events, you can go to kingsarms.org/prayer. Okay, so you may be wondering, why are we here in Blenheim today? And why do you get to see me doing preview this morning? It's a treat, I know. So this brings me to the important family update. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sue Smith and I have the privilege of overseeing the Connect team at King's Arms. We're responsible for the oversight of our Sunday gathered times. And our vision is to provide environments where God's power is at work, where God's glorified, and we as believers are equipped to see his kingdom coming increasingly through us. You may remember early this year we shared news of being offered a building in Blenheim when late in 2020 Steve Wilson was contacted by one of the church leaders of this building that we're in right now, asking us if we wanted to take the site on and use it for both the congregation on a Sunday but also to bless the local community. It felt like odd timing as we faced the challenge of coming out of lockdowns and rebuilding our in-person congregations and relaunching the university. We faced the volunteer stretch of regathering, and I think all of us felt the challenge of navigating what it meant to do church again in a new way in different spaces. We also weren't clear on who would lead the congregation, and so we didn't want to rush anything and wanted to establish and build strong foundations with where we were at again before taking on anything new. So as a team, we spent time praying and reflecting over the prophetic that has been spoken over our community and weighing the words that had been brought our way. And 2 words really stood out for us on that journey. Firstly, we had a number of words about being given buildings. One from Chris Valentin in 2018 about being given a chapel, a place where revival had happened in the past. And as Royden has looked at this building through history, it's been a really incredible to read of some of the significant things that God has done through this place. Secondly, a word from Charlene Framingham brought to us is about planting outside the garden and the garden then multiplying into a farm, creating space for multiplication, flourishing and growth, as well as creating shade for many people under the growing trees in those new spaces. And it feels like this has been happening a bit with the university, but we feel like there's space for more, greater diversity for gifts, and believe this is just the beginning. It felt like whilst the timing wasn't quite right, the sense of call for us to do this really resonated with us. And over the last year, Dave and Louisa Sewell have been phenomenally leading a prayer group here midweek, building a beautiful sense of community and faith and a real sense of growing expectation for what God's plans are for this area. Well, we are 2 years on from that initial ask, and having said yes, in light of the sense of God leading us in this way, we are excited to share that we are working towards launching a new Sunday congregation here in September next year. We feel we need a little longer to resource how we structure as a multi-location church and give time for a few terms next year of building connection and community for those interested in joining this congregation from early 2023. And so today I'm really excited to announce that John and Kat Wright are going to be stepping up to lead the congregation here at Blenheim. Can I hear a whoop whoop? John and Kat have been leading at King's Arms for around 8 or so years, initially at King's House, and then they've been over at the university being part of the launch team there and supporting Steve and the team in the leadership of that. And John and Kat really stand out to me. I just really sense God's call of leadership on their lives. They're both doing that in the marketplace, but also you carry such a real passion to see God's kingdom come wherever you go. You have a real sense of desire to build authentic community, and I love how you've really weathered some storms as a couple and just done that with so much grace and faith. So I'm really excited for this next season of the journey for you and the role that you're going to play. But enough of me, why don't you share with us a little bit about yourselves?
Do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Yeah, so I'm John, and we've got a dog. We love going on dog walks. I'm a Leicester City fan, and I'm a teacher during the week.
So I'm Kat. I'm assistant head of a really lovely primary school, and yeah, we love dog walks, and we also like playing board games.
Oh, we love a good board game.
We do.
So why don't you maybe say a little bit about the journey so far? How have you got to this place?
Well, if we're honest, Sue, it came a little bit left field. It's not something we were expecting to come up, but when the opportunity did and God spoke to us powerfully about it, we started to get really excited and started to pray into everything that we felt God calling us to.
And I remember first hearing about the building and being really excited, and then we went on a dog walk around Blenheim and around all the fields, and we looked at the building and we just felt God's presence here and just got really excited about it. We love a dog walk.
I love how God speaks when you're out and about in nature as well. It's brilliant, isn't it? So why don't you maybe share a little about your vision for what the community is going to look like when we launch?
Well, our first thing is love God, love people. That's what we're going to be doing. And also it's going to be really community focused. So we're going to be family together. Everyone is going to be valued and loved and just recognised for who they are.
That's great. And also we want to tap into some of the prophetic words that people have spoken over this place, particularly imagery about God flooding this part of the county with his love. And the way that God's love is going to invade and flood this area. Also, we want to build on the foundation of prayer that has been laid in this place. This building has stood for, we think, over 250 years, and generations of people have prayed over this place that people would feel blessed by God's love. We also are living in the prayers that people have spoken more recently, the prayer group that have been meeting and praying here for everything that God's got in store for us over the coming weeks, months and years. Yeah,
it's brilliant. There's been some amazing words about the water levels rising, hasn't there? And just a real sense of God's glory and revival breaking out here. And it feels super exciting and expectant for all God's going to do as we begin to gather. And so finally, how can people get connected? If people are kind of sitting here thinking, I want to be part of this, what's the next steps?
So after Christmas, we're going to be looking at Sunday afternoons where we'll get to meet together. And if you would like to come along to that, we would love to see you. And I'm going to try to get the email address right. Are you ready? Blenheim@kingsarms.org. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, it's brilliant. So if you want to find out more, do get in touch with John and Kat. But please be praying for them, be praying for us as a church as we step into all that God's got for us over this coming time, for wisdom and grace and just that sense of momentum to build. Well, that's all we've got time for today. It's the end of preview. Have a great day and goodbye from all of us. Bye.